Have you ever wondered what really makes a woman feel desired, not just physically, but emotionally too? You're not alone. Many men think it's all about performance, about lasting longer or having a certain technique. But here's the truth. Most women crave something far deeper, something that goes beyond the physical act. I've spoken to hundreds of women, and they all say the same thing. It's not about doing more. It's about doing it right. You see, when it comes to intimacy, women experience connection differently. Their bodies and emotions are deeply linked. And when you understand that connection, everything changes. Her trust, her pleasure, her desire for you, all of it grows naturally. So if you've ever felt unsure or maybe even frustrated, this video is for you. Because today, I'll share 5 doctor-backed techniques that reveal exactly how women want to be touched, seen, and loved. No games, no awkward pressure. Just science, empathy, and honest communication, explained simply. By the end of this video, you'll understand what creates lasting chemistry, and more importantly, how to make her feel safe, confident, and fully alive with you. I'm Dr. Rosalia Viterbo, and this is the side of men's wellness few ever talk about, but every woman secretly wishes you knew. Let's be honest, intimacy can feel complicated. You want to please her, you want to connect. But sometimes, no matter how much effort you put in, it still feels off. Maybe she seems distracted or quiet afterward. Maybe you sense something's missing, but you can't quite name it. And that's frustrating, isn't it? Most men were never taught how women actually experience pleasure. We learn bits and pieces, from friends, from media, from experience, but rarely from real science or real communication. The truth is, women's arousal isn't instant. It's a full body, full mind process. Her emotions, her comfort, her trust, they all play a part. When those pieces align, her body responds naturally. But when they don't, even the best physical moves won't create connection. That's why many men feel confused when she says, "I just wasn't in the mood," or "It's not you, I'm just tired." What she's really saying is, "I didn't feel safe enough to let go," not unsafe in a dramatic way, but emotionally. She needs presence, not pressure, attention, not performance. And here's where most men make a small mistake with big consequences. They focus on the act, not the atmosphere. Think about it. Do you ever rush the buildup because you're worried about lasting long enough? Or do you sometimes overthink trying to do it right instead of simply feeling with her? These little moments matter more than you think, because for her, intimacy starts long before the bedroom. It starts with how you look at her, how you listen, how you touch her hand before anything else. In this video, we'll break down exactly how to create that connection, step by step, with science and sensitivity. Because when you understand her rhythm, you stop guessing and start connecting for real. 5 doctor-backed techniques to truly connect and satisfy her. Let's go step by step. Because when it comes to intimacy, small shifts can create big changes. These 5 principles are simple, but they transform everything once you apply them with presence and care. First, slow down the start. Most men move too fast, not because they mean to, but because that's what culture teaches. Fast passion equals strong desire. But here's what research and women's physiology tell us. Arousal needs time. When you slow things down, you give her body the space to catch up with her mind. Touch becomes communication, not a race. Start with calm eye contact, a simple look that says, "I'm here with you." It releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, in both of you. Then, gentle touch. Not immediately sexual, maybe the back of her neck or her wrist. Women's skin is rich in nerve endings that respond best to anticipation. By moving slowly, you awaken sensitivity that builds naturally into desire. Remember, rushing breaks trust. Patience builds it. So next time, instead of asking, "Is she ready?" ask yourself, "Have I made her feel seen?" 2-second, understand her emotional temperature. Before her body says yes, her emotions need to feel secure. That means feeling relaxed, appreciated, and connected. A woman's brain, particularly the amygdala, is wired to detect emotional safety before physical pleasure. When she feels anxious, distracted, or unheard, her body literally won't respond as it could. So pay attention before intimacy starts. Was she stressed today? Is something on her mind? It's not about fixing her problems. It's about being emotionally present. Sometimes a single sentence can change everything. You don't have to be anyone but yourself right now. That kind of reassurance tells her nervous system, "I'm safe." And safety creates space for pleasure. When you make her feel emotionally at ease, she's not thinking about how she looks or what to do next. She's just there, with you. Third, touch with intention, not routine. Every woman's body is unique. What feels amazing for one might feel too much for another. So forget about memorizing techniques. Focus instead on reading her responses. Here's how. Watch her breathing, her micro expressions, her small sounds. If she exhales deeply, that's a good sign. If her muscles soften, she's trusting the moment. Don't think of touch as a checklist. Think of it as a language. Explore, adjust. And if you're unsure, ask gently. What feels good for you right now? That question alone builds more connection than any perfect move. Because it shows care, it shows maturity. Medically speaking, when she feels heard and in control, her brain releases dopamine, the reward chemical, making every sensation stronger. It's not about dominance or submission. It's about tuning in. Fourth, create rhythm, not performance. Many men worry about stamina, lasting long enough, doing it right. But women care far less about duration and far more about rhythm and connection. Think of rhythm as energy flow, the give and take of attention, movement, and breath. When you sync with her, you create what's known in neuroscience as co-regulation. Your bodies literally match each other's nervous systems. So instead of chasing control, find balance. Breathe together. Alternate between intensity and stillness. Moments of pause are not breaks. They're bridges that deepen pleasure. One powerful technique: place your hand over her heart and match her breath for a few seconds. It centers both of you. It reminds her this isn't just physical, it's connection. Forget what you've seen in movies. Real chemistry feels grounded, not rushed. When she feels your calm confidence, she mirrors it. 5. Finally, aftercare is the real secret. Most people think intimacy ends when the act does. But for women, the emotional climax often happens after. That's when oxytocin peaks, when her body wants reassurance and closeness. If you pull away too fast, she can feel disconnected, even if everything went well physically. So stay, touch her, breathe together. A simple, "You're amazing," or "That felt so good with you," can make her feel deeply valued. Aftercare isn't about words, it's about presence. You're reminding her that she matters beyond the moment. And from a medical standpoint, this has benefits for you too. Men who practice aftercare experience lower cortisol, the stress hormone, and better emotional bonding. It's real, biological intimacy, not just performance. So if you remember nothing else, remember this: connection doesn't stop when the lights go off. It lingers. And how you treat her afterward shapes how she'll feel the next time you touch her. These 5 steps may sound simple, but they're powerful because they honor how women's bodies and emotions truly work. When you move with patience, awareness, and care, you don't just please her. You build trust, confidence, and chemistry that lasts. That's the foundation of real sexual wellness for both of you. Let's take a step back for a moment, because everything we've talked about, slowing down, creating safety, tuning in, it all leads to one powerful truth. Intimacy isn't about performance. It's about presence. You don't need to memorize complex moves. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be aware of her, of yourself, and of the moment you're sharing. When you slow down the start, you help her body and mind align. That's when touch becomes meaningful, not mechanical. When you understand her emotional temperature, you create space for trust, and trust opens the door to deeper pleasure. When you touch with intention, she feels known. When you move with rhythm, not pressure, she feels connected. And when you practice aftercare, those quiet, gentle moments afterward, she feels cherished. It's that simple and that profound. These steps aren't tricks. They're reminders of what intimacy is meant to be. A conversation between 2 nervous systems, 2 hearts, 2 people learning to feel safe and alive together. Always remember, women experience desire through connection. If you meet her with patience and attention, her body will respond naturally. You don't have to force anything. And when you give her that sense of safety and curiosity, you'll notice something else happens. You start to relax too. You stop overthinking. You start enjoying. That's the beauty of real sexual wellness. It benefits both of you. It's not a performance you give, it's a rhythm you share. So next time, before thinking about technique, Think about energy. Think about slowing down, listening, breathing. Because when you do, every touch becomes an invitation, not just to pleasure, but to connection. Always listen to her cues, respect her boundaries, and most of all, honor the moment. Because intimacy isn't something you do to someone, it's something you create together. That's what women truly want, and that's what makes you unforgettable. If there's one thing I want you to take from this video, it's this. Real intimacy isn't about performance, it's about connection. When you slow down, stay present, and truly see your partner, you give her something far more powerful than pleasure. You give her trust. And that's what creates chemistry that lasts, not just one night, but through the ups and downs of a real relationship. If this message resonated with you, I invite you to stay connected here. This channel is a safe space to learn about men's wellness, relationships, and intimacy, all through the lens of science and empathy. So, if you haven't already, hit subscribe. Because each week we'll explore simple, doctor-backed ways to understand your body, your emotions, and your connection with her, better than ever before. Remember, taking care of your sexual health is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of confidence and respect for yourself and for your partner. I'm Dr. Rosalia Viterbo. Take care of your health, your confidence, and your relationships. And as always, be kind, stay curious, and I'll see you next time.